Yes, take me through that list that you just rhymed off. So
Sure.
for most men that I don't think go into skincare clinics, I was getting a little bit dark under the eyes, and so I went in a few months ago just to see if there's anything that I could do, just like cream wise or whatever.
Hmm.
And that's when I started like realizing that this is an entire gigantic industry and world. So let's say I just wanted to, like, I think like we probably can't see so close, but I have some more pores that are, I'm not gonna, this is on YouTube, it's gonna be a little weird. But like I have pores that I think are a little bit bigger here and probably on my nose from like popping zits when I was a teenager.
Hmm.
And so like if I wanted to make those smaller, which of those treatments that you just rhymed off would have anything to do with that?
That's a good question. So pores are a big complaint. We get patients in that want their pores smaller. And the goal is to not close the pores, but to make them appear smaller. So you can build collagen, and that can help to lessen the appearance of them. But the reality is, pores don't open and they don't close. So we can try to enhance and improve the skin around them. But pore closing or making pores look smaller also has to do with oil control, because pores are there because they're usually sebaceous glands or oil glands or a hair follicle. So using products to control oil like salicylic acid. So I don't know if they recommended a product like that to you when you went in for your pores, but salicylic acid can help. Microneedling and lasers. So all of the ones that I just sounded off, they all stimulate collagen in their own way. The way that we stimulate collagen is we have to do a controlled and safe injury to the skin and kind of trick the skin into building new collagen and new elastin. So collagen and elastin is what we lose over time, and that's what causes pores to look bigger, fine lines to appear, and for pigmentation and uneven skin to look worse. So all of those do their own form of collagen production, or sorry, their own form of injury. So lasers is a heat-based device, and with heat, it stimulates collagen. With
Right.
microneedling, it's a physical injury. So we use tiny little needles that oscillate back and forth. You're numb for the treatment, but it causes a little bit of bleeding. You have about 7 days of downtime, but that again is
Wow.
another way of tricking the skin into building new collagen. And then chemical
Right.
peels are using chemicals to turn over the skin and rebuild collagen that way. But pores are
So
tough,
so
especially on the nose, because the nose has just really thick skin.
right. Yeah, like that was my hobby during high school classes. I was like, well,
Don't
like
pick.
it's ridiculous. Yeah. And
Yeah,
no, there
don't
was
pick.
never really picking. It was just like you get a white head, you pop it like, gross stuff when you're a teenager. And I realize now that I think those are probably not pores, they're probably just like tiny scars that healed
Hmm.
over time.
Yeah.
Um, But I was really surprised to hear about the downtime for something like microneedling. Like
Hmm.
that means like what? Like you're not going to people, like there's women getting this done that aren't going to work for a week?
Probably. Yeah. Or
Wow.
the skin does look pretty red. So just specifically microneedling, not there's different forms of microneedling. There's microneedling with heat called radiofrequency, and
Mm,
that one actually has less downtime. But traditional microneedling using a pen that's got little needles that cause bleeding in the skin, usually you're very red. It looks like you have a bad sunburn, almost as red as your background.
right.
So you
Wow.
look very, very red. Then the next day it's red, and then usually by day 3 it's a little bit more pink, but women can cover it up with makeup. Men, I know that you guys usually don't use makeup traditionally, so you can use a little tinted moisturizer to help cover it up. It absorbs really nicely. But I usually tell patients 7 days of downtime, because also what happens if you're creating an injury in the skin, then the skin will start to flake and peel. The first layer of the skin, which is all dead skin,
Oh my
gets
gosh.
gets it comes off. So there is a little bit of peeling that you see with microneedling. So I've actually done microneedling, and 3, 4 days afterwards, it almost looks like I've had a chemical peel. Like all of my skin is flaking off. So that's why I usually tell patients 7 days, don't schedule any social events, don't do it before a wedding or a birthday. Just have that time to heal. And also chemical peels also have about that long of a downtime. So usually, yes, they're just home, just recovering from it. In Los
Right.
Angeles, you see people. There was actually a girl that I saw at the restaurant that I was at yesterday, and she was peeling from a chemical peel. And I don't know if that's just normal because it's Los Angeles, but we see a lot of
Maybe.
that walking around, people just recovering from procedures.